Yeah, I haven't been there very long. So at the moment it's still a bit helter-skelter. It hasn't really moved into my rental home. I've got to go and the family's not come across. But, great to come in here, settle, obviously learning all the time, understanding the way Saracens wants to play rugby, how they do things. It's a nice challenge for me. So obviously moving to England, it's super exciting. It's something I always wanted to do. Settling in as quick as possible, but it probably will be a couple of more weeks before I'm completely settled.
So a new chapter in your career, leaving Newlands to come to St Albans and London. Why did you want to take this new challenge up in England?
Yeah, look, I think you get to a certain stage where I think you need to change quite a bit. So for the last 2 years with the Stormers, I had a dual contract between Stormers and Suntory, which was based Tokyo, Japan. So the next step was, okay, I need to challenge myself again, and my international career is coming to an end. So I thought this is a great place to go. It's obviously a lot of success was achieved last year, but even before that, the culture, there's always been a sort of a South African influence here. The group of English young players coming through, I just thought it was a good fit for me and for my family.
Is it a tough decision to choose Saracens, or was it?
No, not really. I think this is where I wanted to come. I suppose quite a tough decision to leave Cape Town, a place where you played for, your whole career. Since 2002 till 2016, I played at one province or one franchise. So, it's always sad to leave a place behind, but Cape Town's always going to be there. That's going to be home for me one day. At the moment, I'm just, here to experience England. The weather at the moment is outstanding. Everyone said I should savor that because it doesn't last forever. But yeah, great to be in England. Great to be based North London for Saracens, and they've had so much success over the past few seasons.
You mentioned the South African link. A few South African guys. Is there any Saracens players you recognised when you first came through those doors?
Yeah, funnily enough, you know quite a few of them. There's a lot of them that used to play with me for the Stormers, but over a decade ago. So I never thought I'd play rugby with them again, and they're still playing here. So it's good to catch up with them. Obviously, Mikey Rhodes came over last year. Brad Barrett is English now, but we used to play against him when he was based in Durban for the Sharks. Al Hargreaves, Petrus du Plessis. And then obviously all the English players. We obviously watch how well they've been doing the last season, especially with Eddie. We know most of them. Obviously, we've got a few guys to learn still. But yeah, great to be here, and just great to, it's a new challenge, a fresh challenge. The Premiership is a tough competition, so is European Cup. So for me, it's good to be here, and just try and make the most of it.
Winning both those trophies last year, it's a huge season to back up for Saracens. So what are you hoping to bring to the squad personally?
Well, at the end of the day, I think you come here with a lot of experience gained over a long period of time, and that helps on and off the field. But at the end of the day, I just want to come here and enjoy my rugby. That's the main thing, and I think we're going to keep it that way. Play well. You start all of these things with a focus on yourself, trying to adapt in a team that obviously plays a certain brand. So you've got to find your niche in that brand and then play well. I think that's where it starts. And once you're playing well, I think you starting getting involved in leadership groups and all of the rest. And obviously, well documented. I'm good in the pub, so I'll add a bit of value off the field as well.
So there's a lot of great young players here as well. A lot of young players who have gone on to play for England, and a lot of young players who are still looking to get into that Saracen setup. Are you hoping to bring your experience and maybe share some of that experience with those guys?
I'm sure it happens naturally. Everyone talks about rugby, you have lunch and you talk about experiences or how certain teams did it. So I don't think it's a thing you have to put on. You don't have to say, okay, I'm going to talk to the youngsters. I just think as you spend time with them and you gym together, you have lunch together, you have a few lagers together, it just flows naturally because you've built up so many hours of experience and years, and what works, what doesn't. So yeah, I think it's something for me. Luckily, I talk quite a bit, so it comes naturally. There's a young group here. There's a very talented group here. So some of the blokes here is phenomenal players. You can't teach them much. You just sort of try and get all the energy pushing in the same direction. Others are young academy players that hang around you, and I'm sure that they'll ask questions and the knowledge will be shared.
And finally, Schalk, your own personal ambition for, I guess, the foreseeable future here at Saracens. What's your personal ambition?
Yeah, look, I mean, yeah, it's always nice winning trophies, but I think, you know, in such a long season, that's ambition, that's where we want to go, but I don't think we should get ahead of yourself. So for me personally, at the moment, it's just to sort out my game within the Saracens structures, you know, be influential, and you know, wherever I've been and teams played well, you know, I've been playing really well. So I think that's where your focus lies in the beginning, as I mentioned earlier. Then later on, you know, you can expand your horizons, chatting to other people, and start worrying about why certain things are working or not. But for moments, for me to understand what they do, what they're about, and how I can fit in with that system.